What's up, mister?
Douglas,
What a good boy.
he's becoming rather incontinent, I'm sorry
That's
to say.
okay.
Well, the last time we got to do this together, I, of course, launched into behind the scenes. And then there were so many ones that we didn't get to talk about. And so could we start with behind the scenes? Because I swear this is going to go somewhere.
Sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's behind the scenes 2.0 because you've done it twice.
Okay.
I have to ask you about when you're out at events, maybe particularly weddings.
Yes.
Is there a certain song?
I don't like it when they play Footloose, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, tell us why.
The reason is, I mean, it sounds like, it sounds sort of obnoxious because the movie was so great for me, and we play it in the band, and I've played the song, you know, a million times, and the star at the wedding is the bride and the groom.
Oh.
So if you go to a wedding, it always starts, this is so many times, it starts out cool, and then, you know, the drinking starts, and at about 10 o'clock, the DJ plays that song. People kind of form a circle around me and start clapping like I'm like a trained monkey.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, and expect me to, you know, do a thing. And my feeling is, I'm not the focus here. Like the you know, it's got to be about those two people. So that's why I tend to not want to hear it at a wedding.
Okay, cheers to that. I totally get it, by the way.
Thank you.
As a trained monkey myself.
As a trained monkey yourself.
Lemon Sky, everybody, was a film that you did in 1988.
I did, yeah.
And something significant happened on this film.
Well, this is where I met Kyra, and the funny story about this
and you've been married 40 years?
I think it's 37. Although, I will tell you that I was doing a lot of off-Broadway many years before that, when I was 19, so she was 12, I think. And her mom had seen me in some plays off-Broadway, and she knew that little, you know, 12-year-old Kyra wanted to be an actor. And she said, you know, there's this actor that I think you should go see. And she got her tickets to a play that I was doing in the Village. And in between the matinee and the evening performance, she saw the matinee. I was buying a sandwich in the deli around the corner, and this 12-year-old girl came up and said, "Hi, I liked you in the play." And according to her, I said, "Thanks, sweetie," you know, kind of, you know, misogynistic. And she tells a story that when we first met doing Lemon Sky, she said, "You know, we met in the Village after that play that time. Do you remember that?" And I went, "Yeah, I do remember that." And she went, "Really?" And I went, "No." So she did not like me. It was not love at first sight.
Well, that sometimes sounds like a weird rom-com in itself, you know what I mean? Like you get off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
Okay, Flatliners. What comes to your mind when I say Flatliners? Where's your brain go?
It goes to the late great Joel Schumacher, who was
the director,
a very, very larger than life character. But he would get frustrated with us because, you know, we were pretty young, and sometimes we're a little bit silly, and we were
horsing around.
We're horsing around, yes, as you can imagine with this group.
I mean, that was an amazing time. I was friends with Joel Schumacher, the director, who I thought of this morning because it was he and Val Kilmer that, like, pulled me into Batman Forever. And Val Kilmer was so nice to me. It was so, you know, nurturing and kind.
That's
and
awesome.
Safe.
Yeah.
Which was a very important thing for me.
And probably not that common in those days.
Yeah, I was like, nobody wants anything from me. They just want things for me.
Yeah, that's great.
Which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah.
You worked with Val on Broadway.
Yeah, Val and I did a play called The Slab Boys. And there we are. That's me.
Oh, my God. That is Jack. I've never seen this picture before. That's Jackie Earl Haley.
Yeah, Jackie.
He's
Jackie
in the
Earl
Bad News Bears.
And Sean Penn.
Sean Penn.
Yeah. Val, I think it's one of the first things that he did out of Juilliard. It was it was great. I just always look at that as one of the great experiences of my life, and getting a chance to know him.
I'm so honored to share this story with you now.
Thank you.
The River Wild is the next film. Meryl Streep, Curtis Hanson.
This is. I remember that on this movie, of course, I wanted to do it. Meryl being probably the person that I've most admired in terms of, the kind of actor that she is. And, when you get to work, I mean, you've done it so many times as well with your kind of icons and your heroes. It's just one of those amazing moments, and she's awesome. I mean, it was great to get a chance to, hit the ball back and forth.
I can't even imagine. We actually have a message, a surprise for you. Check out. This is a co-star of yours.
Hey, Kevin. I look a little different than I did in The River Wild, I think. Still one of my favorite memories ever of all of my shoots, and so much of that has to do with you and the cast and the way you guys treated me. I remember we were shooting the gauntlet scene, and it was only supposed to be for a week. We were over budget, over schedule, everyone was tired, everyone's finally excited to be moving on from Montana and from the scene. And Kevin goes, I think in order to celebrate moving on, we should all moon the camera. The moment that they called action, they all mooned the camera, and I just never forget those special moments where I just felt like, even though I was so much younger than everybody, I was part of the gang, and I always just want to thank Kevin for that.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
Oh, I love Joseph Mazzello.
That's so great.
Okay, we have to go to a quick commercial break. I don't want to, but more with Kevin Bacon. We might even have another surprise. I don't know.